moving around too much, so I was like, I don't want to miss. And...
Yeah. Cool.
You can lean in and do it. Yeah. Doesn't matter if your arm's in.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like, can I? Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. I've got my notes. I'm ready for this one watch. It's gonna be so excited. I'm totally ready. You ready? I think I had my eyes open.
Anyone got an idea for an intro?
No.
No?
No.
That's a long enough pause. Hello and welcome to One Watch. We watch things, we talk about them. We have a guest.
Hi.
Jemma Rosenthal?
Yes.
Rosenthal?
Yeah,
How would you pronounce it? Rosenthal.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Oh my.
No,
oh
as
my
in how
God.
do we know you? You don't have to go into the details.
Okay, so I know these guys because I am an actor and I auditioned for a couple of films.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, 2 films.
Casting one, and you'll find out
And
about
I'll
the other one
find out
soon. Got an audition
soon.
Friday on that,
Yeah.
and then we'll let
Okay,
people know, etc. Thank you for doing the beginning. Good sport.
Yes.
Always enjoy messy beginnings.
Yeah.
Big fan of those. Felt alright, feel alright now, ready to continue.
I'm ready.
Recovered. Good. So, Gemma, what was I doing at like 11 o'clock last night instead of playing XCOM? XCOM 2, War of the Chosen expansion.
I hope this was important. You don't understand the
Do you
XCOM.
know?
Like,
Do you know what happened last night?
I don't know what happened last night, but it has to be important because
It's not like a big thing, by the way.
I feel it should be a big thing. You interrupted XCOM.
Let me tell you, right? So I had the phone call from you, and I spent an hour and a half doing one mission because my base got attacked by a UFO, and if you fail it, it's game over. And you interrupted just at the beginning.
Oh,
And
sorry.
my girlfriend was like, "Oh, you don't stay up too late playing." I was like, "I'm not. I'm going to play like half an hour, and then I'll be to bed." Took an hour and a half because I couldn't leave it mid-mission, and I've got it so auto saves. But what happened at like 11 o'clock?
I woke up at thing at like 8, and it said you were online like 6 hours ago. So you're up at 2.
Up to until 2.
Yeah.
It took
So-
ages to do that mission.
XCOM takes you.
It's important. Anyway, what happened at 11 o'clock, Gemma?
So I rang you up
Yeah. Why did you ring me up, Gemma?
because I didn't know what film to talk about.
You're really nervous
I was
about
really
it. Yeah.
I was really anxious, and I was trying to be I was trying to be like, because you'd actually messaged me a few times in the week saying, "Hey dude, how's it going? Like, are you okay with this? Are you still doing it?" And then I was like,
Yeah, one
Yeah.
was in general. I think a general
Okay.
checkout, and the other one was to check you were coming.
all right, yeah, but anyway, I just like could have said it then, but I didn't, and I was like, no, I'm fine, everything's gonna be all right. And yeah, I watched 3 different films. I wrote notes. I have here
Yeah, well, see,
1,
done
2,
homework.
3, 4,
What?
which I will probably not even talk. I don't know.
Yeah. My response was, "You have watched some, haven't you?" And you were like, "Yes." It's like, they're not very good. Like, they're not big, organised, good things. If anything, you're bringing a level of quality we don't deserve now, Gemma.
Well, the thing is like I knew the kind of thing that, because I'd already listened to, I'd done my research.
Yeah.
I'd listened to the what they call it, YouTube videos.
The one watch. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, I know the kind of style. I know it's just going to be really chilled, and I don't have to really think about it much. But just for some reason, the way that my mind works was like, you have to make sure that you get the right film. No, it was more actually, do you know? Because it was the Spider-Man one that I watched.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh God, like I have to pick a film that like guys, these kind of guys that would listen to, those kind of friends, like I can't pick. So the first film I watched was like it was a rom-com, but it was like did have a like darker edge.
Rom-com's
You're kind of
fine.
looking at me like it
No,
really doesn't
rom-com's
matter.
fine. Yeah.
I know.
I'll
Bring
watch
your
a
own
rom-com.
stuff. Yeah, if anything, I don't want you to tell me about Old Boy. I know everything there is about Old Boy. Bring yourself to the table.
I know, but then I was thinking, like I was watching and I was like, do I like this film? I don't know if I like this film.
Yeah,
I could not like. Yeah, but I don't like trashing films either. I don't like. I want to watch it. I did actually like a lot about the film. I loved the music was great. The feel was great. There was darker parts in it where like they kind of like had. Yeah. It was a good film, so I could have used that one, but for some reason my mind's like, no, you can't use that one. Watch another one.
If you don't like trashing films, there's a lot of our early work to show you.
And then, so then you asked me a question. I can talk.
I think we came up to the decision that like you don't have to talk about anything if you don't want to. Like me and Tom have watched things we can talk about, and then you talk about stuff if you want to, etc. So we'll not start with you unless you want to start with one of your three.
I think I probably do because I have watched the film.
Okay.
I do have a lot to say.
Throw one in there. Get the notes ready, boys.
So which one do you want to hear about? Like,
so is a rom-com?
So there was
just
a rom-com.
Just give us like a brief description because I do this.
Okay, I'll do. Shall I just do the three?
You doing all three? No, we need to take it in turn. This isn't just the Jemma show. This isn't Jemma watched.
Okay. All right. No, I'm getting. No, I
can keep it short. It's fine. I just say
you know that I think it is. That is what's in my head. Is like it is the Jemma show. My life is like the Truman Show is like that's what I believe.
Me and Tom are paid actors.
You're paid actors.
Oh man, I've walked down the street.
You're in the scene.
I swear to fucking God, I've walked down the street before, right? And I've heard traffic behind me. I've turned and there's like a lorry or something, and then I've turned around again and it's gone. And I'm like, no fucking way. This is Truman Show right here.
Well, did you see that thing with Jim Carrey? Like, it's like a viral video, and he's like, yeah, none of this is real. Gone. It's all a dream. He's not gone. He knows. That happened to me. I just love the woman's face, though. I felt sorry. I felt for her because he was like, what? What are you going on? Her face is just like, oh. And we can't see my face, so, but she had a great face, and she was saying, yeah, but don't you believe in icons, and don't you think like you're one of them? And then he was like, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. Like,
I've heard about this. Real. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I feel Jim Carrey can get away with. He's not a nasty bloke. He can do anything. So I trust Jim Carrey to be a decent human being.
He really is. Like, I think he's been in those films for a reason. Like, he's been in Truman Show. He's been in, what was the other one? That one.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. And it's like, I just think he's.
Okay.
He's not stupid.
See, no one ever talks about Man on the Moon, but that's his finest. You ever seen Man on the Moon?
No.
Oh, he plays the comedian Andy Kaufman, who had the whole thing about subverting what's really going on. So he started his TV special by pretending he'd lost all the budget for his TV special. Or he'd make the screen crack and freeze as if the show had gone wrong. Or he was on Saturday Night Live and got kicked off because he had a fight with his producer on screen. But only him and the producer knew that it was a set-up fight. So all the other actors, the audience, everyone else are freaking out that there's this fight. But it was just the two of them having a joke.
And he had a manager that was him.
He had his own manager.
He was his own manager.
He wore latex.
Yeah.
The wig, and went as his own manager and got himself booked. He was an amazing guy. Yeah, and his own manager really did shows. Yeah.
I like him. Kim. I just made up a
Kim's
name.
alright. She's not bad.
I prefer Jen.
Yeah. Jen's cool. It's not the Kim show either. So we've got him.
I was meant to say Kate Winslet.
Right, I don't know how long we've been going.
Is this it? Is this the
We've
end?
hit 8.5 minutes and we've not talked about... Yeah, we'll talk about Jim Carrey.
Okay, I can talk about... So I have...
A rom-com.
Right, I have rom-com, which is called Safe Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have The Circle, which is what I was talking about last time.
Okay.
Which is kind of... I have a lot of notes on that, so I probably could talk about that. And then the other one... When someone dies in a plane crash, you don't abandon planes, you make them safer. Oh yeah, that's still Circle.
Spoiler. Try and avoid spoilers where possible.
No, that's not a spoiler.
Okay, fine.
That's just a quote.
Okay, right, cool.
That could be anyone saying that.
So
I don't know what...
We have The Circle or the rom-com.
Yeah, I didn't write about the other one because it was very violent. I thought it was really good at first. Like, I was like, oh my god, these people, like, it's not probably not that violent compared to what some people watch.
What's it called?
What Happened to Monday.
Okay.
And basically it starts off and it's a really great premise where, like, they're living in a world where they can only have one sibling. So basically there's this guy who has 7 and he has to hide them in a bit. It's a bit like an Anne Frank sort of situation where they're hiding.
Okay.
But they all try to change. They're called Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they all change like one at a time.
Right. So they all have their own day.
They all have their own day. So I started watching it. I was like, and they start off as children, and he's teaching. They all have different personalities, but then they all have to play this one character. And I think one of them said they sort of switch back from. So it starts off like when they're children, and then it switches back to where they're adults. And there was one bit where in the adult scene where one of the characters was like, yeah, you play, I can't remember the name of the character.
Yeah.
You play it so well, like it's who you are. I just don't want to play this character anymore. It's like a mask. It's not. And then one of them said, it's who we are. Like, that's our basis, this person. And she says, it's not our basis. It's a mask we put on every single day. And I just thought it was really cool because, yeah, the woman that they play is like this kind of business sort of like red lipstick, like very sort of no personality.
Yeah.
And then when you see them at home, they're all like really fun and different and just whoever they are. And I kind of thought it's sort of like, the film sort of put a metaphor in for like how people can sometimes feel like.
What country is it from?
Well, she sounded like she had an accent, but I couldn't work out where it was.
Is it in English or?
It's in English.
It's in English. English language well.
And the music was great as well. It was like really epic kind of stuff. And then it got halfway through.
Careful on spoilers. Just is
we
this a
can't
spoiler?
do.
I try and avoid spoilers where possible. Like you can speak in general terms, but I don't know.
Well,
specifics.
I've already
Like
kind
if
of
it's
said,
a town
haven't
change.
Well, it could be like halfway through there's a tonal change or it gets really serious or there's something that happens that just changes.
Okay.
Well, I'm guessing that like Monday disappears based on the name of the thing.
Yeah.
What happened to Monday?
Well, basically, I couldn't watch the rest of the film because the tone changed. And the thing was,
Violence.
it was good. It was good because like it made me, because I've kind of changed my stance on violence. Because I used to think, no, that sounds ridiculous. Of course, I've not changed my, like, it's bad in whatever case. But what I mean is, oh my god, no, what I mean is seeing it.
Yeah.
So not actually whether it's wrong or right, but just seeing it. So what I used to think was, any director that has violence in their film, this is really judgmental, but like is like putting it out a bad vibe out into the world, and they should not do that. Like, and then I realised that that's actually quite a naive sort of like way of thinking, and also like it doesn't like. When I see violence, I get a chance to sort of question my like beliefs and thoughts around it, and like actually it gives me an opportunity to kind of like, I don't know. I think there's something in it for me, just as on a personal thing, to not be so like squeamish or like. Oh, because I just don't like the term. There's another film that's really kind of good for this. It's called The Giver.
Right.
And it kind of and also the actual film is sort of addressing this idea of trying to create a utopia on a form level where you just kind of like try to. So in The Giver, they try and like make everything. There's no violence. There's no. But there's no colour, there's no joy, there's no...
Yeah.
So you basically, what happens when you try and like go, I don't want to see that, I don't want to have any swear words, I don't want to have any like violence, don't want to have that. What you're doing is you're kind of repressing like a side of us that kind of like wants to come out. So it's going to come out anyway, but it's going to come out in like disturbing kind of distorted ways. So, yeah.
Yeah, That sounds. Whatever Happened to Monday sounds really, really good. Can we go on a convo about violence, or I have questions about
fine.
Monday. Can we go to violence and then come back?
Yeah.
So violence in film, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit, like I have a soft spot for like the torture porn, kind of the Saw films, etc., etc. I think because they're so over the top, like they don't affect me in the same way. Occasionally there'll be something like I have a thing about eyes. So if something goes in someone's eye, I'm always disgusted by that, and that it makes me squeamish.
And I'm even worse.
Yeah, you can't.
Eyes.
Yeah. Oh, my contact lenses when they used to get lost in my eyes, just freaked Tom out. But for me, the violence in film, I think works if it's part of the story.
Yeah.
Or it's trashy like Saw. Apart from Saw 1, which I think is clever, I would never hold the Saw films or the films where it's just like, there's one called Penance, which is just mutilation of genitals and stuff, and I'm like, no, like there's nothing to this. It's a steak with just sizzle, absolutely nothing really going with it. But when it's suggested violence, when you don't see it and you hear it, or you see someone and you know they're about to get beaten, and then you just see the aftermath, that's when I think it's really effective. When it's left to my own imagination about what's happening to someone, that's when I'm like, holy shit. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, like almost if it's in the context of a wider if it's part of a wider context to sort of show the time of the film, or the like, maybe it's part of the story that a character has to overcome a certain violent thing. And then it can be really great because it is helping, because it's kind of showing you, look, if this kind of stuff you can
do you know the one I couldn't get on with? The one like one of the most ridiculously over the top violent films I've ever seen was Passion of the Christ. Like, I get that it's like, oh, it's supposed to be Jesus and how he suffered and stuff, but it's just a dude getting tortured for like 2 hours, and there wasn't even.
I've not seen it.
Oh, I had no I couldn't. I couldn't see what was so great about this film, or why it was worth anything except that it was Jesus in it. Does that make sense?
I mean, a story about Jesus shouldn't really be all about like how he was tortured. It doesn't.
There are better moments. There are other moments more like one that's just the last meal. I bet that'd be dead interesting. Like who ate what, who had an allergy, who couldn't eat gluten. That's
that sounds like a better one. Maybe you should make that one.
Not sure I'm qualified.
I don't know what character I could play, but.
Well, it's the Bible. Sorry, you'd be a prostitute or a mother.
Oh, I don't mind.
Or both.
And we're skirting away from that one. And back to Whatever Happened to Monday then.
Yeah.
So is it one actress playing all the parts, or?
Yeah, I think so.
One actress. So it's just 7 parts.
Seems like.
How old is it?
It's new.
It's a new one. Yeah. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. I've not seen it, but I've seen like the thing for it.
I'm gonna watch this.
I've not seen the whole thing, so I can't recommend it.
Talk about them. We watch them. We talk about them.
But
that's all the gimmick. We don't have to recommend.
You know that
the premise sounds brilliant.
The premise sounds brilliant, and yeah,
and people living together and then violent things happening is something that I've.
But I think
walked into. Sorry,
I can't have spoilers, can I?
We'll try not.
Well, I think I wanted it to go in a certain direction, and then it didn't, and I think that was like why I couldn't.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of like fair. I'm gonna check it out because that premise alone intrigues me a lot.
But then maybe that's my own. I was gonna do a spoiler in like a really like sneaky way then.
You can be sneaky. It's the Jemma Show. Jemma can be sneaky in her own show.
Like. No, because it's not sneaky. It's like really obvious. Can I do it?
Go for it.
You kind of like.
Beep. Well, thanks for that, Gemma. Cool. We'll move on. Gemma's doing it.
Move it on.
There's a smile, but the eyes are screaming.
You can tell us afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. Tom, do you want to talk about something, or am I talking about something?
I could quickly talk about school days.
Okay.
I started talking to you about yesterday.
Okay.
Pretty much had this whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched an anime called School Days. Recently, I've been watching quite a lot of animes. And I've got like a soft spot for like high school-ish, college-ish classroom type animes.
May I put in a spoiler?
Go for it.
My recent experiences with Tom is he will recommend Japanese things that are quirky and interesting, and then turn out to be absolutely fucking disturbing.
Okay.
It's quirky and interesting.
Oh, and I'm sure it's really disturbing
It's
as well.
very Japanese.
That's your code, but it's really disturbing.
No, that's my code for it doesn't have to make sense.
There's a series and it's brilliant, but it's freaking me out called Millennium Women, and if you go listen to when Tom talked about it, it's quirky, it's funny, it's very Japanese.
I've seen.
It's an amazing show.
It is an amazing show.
Yeah.
When I'm finished, I'm not finished yet. When I'm finished, I can give a whole. Sorry, Gemma.
No.
No, you've
Sorry,
seen.
I did. No. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go for it. All interruptions.
It
welcome. It's the
wasn't.
Gemma show.
It's not. Well, it is for me. You're just character. I actually have started writing a song, and there's a little bit in it. I'm just gonna spoil. No, I can't do it because it's just gonna be like if I do it. It's basically the line is like, "My life is a sitcom. My life is a sitcom, and I'm working with these guys called Sam and Tom."
Yay!
And I just have. I can actually sing, by the way, just for the record.
She
But
can. Very well.
but
From what I've seen.
yeah, and I just when I was like I imagined it being like all kind of orchestral and like da 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 in the middle of a ska kind of song. That's the idea for the minute.
Yeah.
And then to have, if there was a video, just to have you two just pop up like, my life is a sitcom, my life is a sitcom. And I'm working with these guys.
I'd be up for that. Tom almost certainly won't be up for that.
I'll animate myself into it.
Yeah. You probably have to buy us a lot of cigarettes to get us doing that.
Yeah, but you have funny face.
We have great faces and loads of facial hair, which is amusing. But we're
Like,
behind the camera people
yeah,
more than...
but you would look good.
I always look good, Gemma.
I'm taking funny face
When I
as a
have a
compliment.
vision, I make it
I've
happen.
decided that funny face, like, being funny is not a bad thing.
Funny's better than ugly.
Yeah.
The whole song that I started writing is kind of like, it's like, because this may change completely, but it's kind of like the idea of like me trying to be serious and then like getting asked to do jobs where I'm not serious. So it's like, I'm a serious actor, but now I have cake in my face. It's kind of like that idea of like, and then it's like, my love is a
That's working with me and Tom is.
Yeah.
So
even the serious stuff has
it's
not
like,
serious.
yeah, it's this idea of like, it's kind of taking the piss out of myself.
Fair.
Like the fact that I'm like, I want to be this glamorous like
Actress, but then here we are asking you to do dumb stuff and talking about farts and all that stuff. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I look forward to this. I think it could be
Whether
good.
it's gonna, I've kind of put it on the record now, so I guess I have to do it.
I would try it.
Yeah,
If it's the Jemma show, you can do what you want. It's who you want, it's the Jemma show.
I can't do that, and it has to be within, the best for everyone kind of thing.
Nah, do what you want.
No.
Me and Tom aren't musically orientated people.
Okay.
You just do what you feel.
That is what I do. And like that's why I was loving it when I was listening to No Doubt, and I was like, yes, I'm so pumped for this.
No Doubt is a good starting point.
Really
early No
inspired.
Doubt as well. This
So
came out the film.
kind of getting inspiration last night after I went to a heels class.
Nice.
I'm kind of in this mood.
Heels.
Like heels that you wear
Oh, okay.
with
What
on your feet.
The fuck is a heels class? You need a class for that?
Yeah, it's shall I do a shout out? It's
Go for it.
Sarah Hobson.
It's Gemma's show. You don't ask us.
She's
You feel the
amazing.
show.
She's really, really good.
Sorry, I cut you off. Go again. Gemma Hobson, was it?
No, that's you're mixing.
Gemma Rosenthal, amazing.
Gemma Rosenthal, heels.
No,
Myself.
I don't have a class anymore. But like, well, I do. I still teach the younger ones, But yeah, so anyway, I decided to go to heels class because I was like, I need to get back to class and just also kind of I'm doing things that are just fun at the moment, and I kind of had this I'm going off into a big story. We
It's
should
all-
be talking
it's
about
all-
films.
No, it's all one watch.
That's what
This is
one
good. This is good.
But yeah, I kind of was like, I have this kind of thing about like not wanting to do kind of sexy things, and then I was like, yeah, but I really enjoy it when I do. And I went to the class, and she kind of got us to do this catwalky bit.
Right.
At first, you had to just be a catwalk, which was great because I'd just done the modelling, so that was easy.
By be a catwalk.
Be a catwalk.
So you lay down on the floor,
Yeah,
so
people
walks on
walk
top
on
of
you.
you.
You said at first you had
Yes.
to be a catwalk.
Yes, that's
I
exactly
could do
what
that
I did.
bit.
So
That sounds
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
So I laid down
It's good for the old sciatica.
You lay down.
because I had a bad back, so people no.
Would-
I did actually. I used my massage. I have this like electric massage thing that my sister gave me that's really good.
Nice.
If anyone
Right, heels
needs
class.
that.
What is
Yeah.
a heels class? I'm no closer to
So you
understanding.
wear heels and
Yeah.
you dance.
Hmm.
So think kind of Beyonce kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's proper dancing.
Okay, that makes more
Yeah.
sense. So it's
It's
a
quite
dance
hard,
class where
it's
you
fast.
specifically wear heels.
Yes.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
learn how
That
to
makes more
basically
sense
you
to me.
learn it's kind of commercial kind of fast movements with heels. Yeah.
Why not just take them off?
Well, you could,
Or wear flats?
but then it wouldn't be a heels class. It would be
Yeah,
a
that
flat
feels
class.
really cool.
It'd be flat.
But like, if you're on it, like Sarah,
I'm pro heels.
the few times me and Sarah have danced together,
Not
like my
not
mum's
so.
birthday or whatever. My girlfriend
your
Sarah,
girlfriend.
she just takes heels off. And I don't like her in heels. She becomes ridiculously near my height.
Well,
Like, looking down on
that
Sarah
doesn't happen
is-
to me
Yeah.
because I'm very small.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'1" and a bit.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sarah's like 5'4".
So basically, when I
It's
wear
acceptable
heels,
for you to wear heels.
like when I was with the other model and she took her heels off because they were digging into the floor, and we became the same height because I was still wearing my heels.
You went up, she went down,
went
you
down,
met in
yeah.
the middle.
We met in the middle.
Nice.
It was good.
Okay, so school days.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
watched something called
sorry.
School Days. That because I've been watching lots of
Anime and Japanese
yeah,
stuff.
and I started out watching it thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this nice, semi-romance, semi-coming-of-age style story, and you get that for 2 episodes, and then it slowly takes a turn. It's not violence so much. There is violence, but not till the end. And it's basically this tawny teenager becoming the most horrible person in the world without meaning to, and just having no regard for anyone's feelings. And you basically end up hating everyone.
Nice.
Everyone. There's not a single person that I liked by the end of it. And then, when people get their commandments, it didn't feel good. It just made me feel sick, because it was all too far. Everything was too far. It's a horrible program. No one should watch it.
Okay.
It's 12 episodes long. It's really, really well made. It's a brilliantly made anime, and it's great for social commentary and all that stuff. But it's horrible. It makes you feel sick. It's an experience, but it's not a good one. It's not a bad one as far as the actual creation of it. It's not a bad it's not oh, this is it's not Terminator 3. It's not awful.
Yeah.
But you don't come out happy.
Right.
It's not a happy
It's a
thing.
miserable
It's not
experience.
fun. And I kept wanting it to be fun, and I kept thinking, oh, eventually it's going to get comeuppance, and then it gets comeuppance, things happen, and I still didn't feel good.
Yeah.
I just felt worse.
Nice.
It was awful.
Cool. I'm holding in a cough. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's as far as I can say things without spoilers.
Yeah. That sounds a lot like the sort of things you recommend
No,
at the moment.
that's really good. And you've not watched the last episode.
No, I haven't.
So-
but there's a lot of misery in that as well. That's making
Keep
me
watching
feel
it, and then you
this is
can
a Millennium Women.
keep watching it.
I intend to. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Right.
Any questions, Gemma, for Tom on his thing? School
Why
days.
why did you carry on watching it?
Right, I got to the point where I hated the character so much that I wanted to see him have a comeuppance. I was like, something's got to happen. I was expecting a normal thing, all the girls would go up to him and get bullied or some stuff. No. Goes too far. Everything goes too far. It's awful.
Nice. Smile on your face.
No smile. It's nothing.
You know.
awful.
So,
It's very well made.
Yeah.
And right.
Sometimes you have to know. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
have to know.
Right, I said to Sam, it's not on this level because it's not a real thing, but it's like Schindler's List. Like, it's not a good experience, but it is an experience, and it's a great film. It's great, like it's really well made and stuff. But you're not coming out happy.
Yeah, I mean, Schindler's List has a kind of upbeat ending.
I'll be honest, I've never watched all of Schindler's List, but that's what I take from it.
Well, you get
Maybe this is like...
the end is beautiful. It's Schindler crying. He has a breakdown about how, like, his pen, he could have traded his pen for 2 people's lives in his car, and then all the Jews he saved are like, there are generations that can live because of you. And then the very end is the actual people and the children of the survivors that Schindler saved, putting stones, which is a big thing in Judaism, on his tombstone in the garden of the heroes of St. David in Israel.
Right.
So it's a kind of an upbeat ending to this. Whereas it sounds like this does not have that.
Right. New ending.
Okay.
Schindler gets caught, gets bum raped by all of the Nazis. It's like school days.
Okay.
It's not fun. It's not happy. The whole thing up to that point was a great experience. Well, was an experience. Wasn't a great experience. But it took you through emotions, and it made you think. But it's not fun. And then afterwards, like yesterday, to make myself feel better, I watched another thing that I can't remember the name of, but it's great, and I'll talk about it in a future one. And it's about a kid.
What happened to this one?
Right, it happened. No, so far it's great. What it is it's a kid in a world where 80% of the population have superpowers, and he doesn't have a superpower, but he wants to be a superhero, and superheroes are the norm.
That sounds good. Is that
it's great.
Is that an anime?
Yeah, it's an anime.
That sounds good.
And it's great, and it's fun, and it's happy.
Cool.
It's not bullshit.
Well, when you can remember the name.
They don't destroy all the characters. They don't make you hate everything.
Well, we'll watch to the end, and then if you can remember the name, we'll go for it. Gemma.
No, I was going to spoil it again, but now you know, kind of, just, yeah. I was kind of thinking, somebody else talk.
I have a feeling I'm going to start hating characters in Don't Forget
I kind of
What Happened to Monday.
It's kind of how I felt. That's why but I haven't seen the rest of it, so it could actually be like a really profound film, like you say. And I kind of thought, actually, we're kind of being a bit like, you know how Phoebe in Friends, and she's like, she never finishes the films, and then it's like, if you don't finish the films, you don't see the happy ending. So I think we should finish.
Yeah. See, if something makes me like depressed or miserable, I can carry on with it. It's when it makes me bored.
Yeah.
When it's just all around boring, that's when I'll switch off and go, it's not worth my time. You know what I mean? Like feeling like...
Yeah.
Like coming out of a film crying because you're sad is acceptable.
Yes.
Coming out of a film going, oh, that was a waste of an hour, is not acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out of it feeling slightly sick, I don't know if it's acceptable or not. I still can't say if I would recommend
why
it.
you feel sick or not.
The characters.
Oh, okay.
How are you gonna... Well, because the way I see it is, the films are already made. Like, we can't really change that. So, like... so we just choose how we feel, like, after. So say you feel sick, like I did when I was watching this violence. It's like kind of what you choose to do in that situation. So am I going to carry on watching the film, or am I going to watch the film and then like choose to like have a different perspective on it? So, okay, I feel sick, but I learned never to watch films like this, or maybe it's like I learned that this makes me feel sick.
Yeah, or I learned I should never
be a horrible
work.
human being.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I learned never to work with anyone who praises Terminator 3. You know, like you learn from the shitty experience of that film.
Yeah.
I learned either never be a horrible person or just never ever date women.
Well,
but actually no, like the never ever date women is actually a good thing based on this particular program, because it's not the women that are necessarily bad. It's just never fucking screw over every fucking person in your life. Yeah, be a scumbag, horrible person.
Especially teens, they're the most likely to hormonally go, right, you're going to do something horrific. You know,
Don't go out looking for sex, just jerk off. That's what I learned.
As if you had a choice. Sorry.
I have money.
This is.
Thank you for sharing that.
How long have we been on?
Oh, God knows. 34 minutes, that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel it's still flowing.
Yeah.
It's not boring.
Yeah. It's if you're still here, like, hey,
Yeah, gold
you've
star.
made it.
Gold star.
You've made it to the X-rated parts.
Now it's masturbation and
Yeah.
it's all in it.
I don't agree with that at all. But that's cool.
That's what I learned from the show.
No,
I didn't
you
say
should-
that.
No, yeah, but like I think you should relearn something else. Like women are great,
Women are great, and that's why I don't want to be with them.
and so are
Because then I
men.
might be like that guy, and then I'll have to kill myself.
No, you won't. You
One day,
won't.
Tom, one day.
Oh, so you just
you'll go
don't-
for dating.
You'll be fine.
He's a horrible person.
Yes,
You're
but
not.
he's not you.
No.
You're
You're watching too many things. You see, this is why you need something simple and easy in your life.
I only date one woman at a time. That's what I learned.
Watch Jim Carrey films and you'll feel like a good person.
Depends which one I
Depends
watch.
which one, doesn't
Oh,
it?
true.
Yeah.
I watch Ace Ventura on repeat. I'll feel great.
Then don't.
Don't?
Just choose your films.
Most films I come out feeling great. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Superhero Kid. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff. It's violent, but it's anime violent. It's
Yeah.
not really violent. It's over the top, you know, kids have superpowers. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah. This kid did not have superpowers. He was just scum. Anyway, Sam.
Right, Toby, you want my one.
Yeah, you're meant to
Okay.
have one.
Right. So there was a film in 1976, made in 1976, or came out in 1976, called The Last Tycoon. It's a Harold Pinter play. It's about Monroe Starr, who works for Brady American Pictures. It's set in the 30s and it's all about Hollywood. Don't want to talk about the film. I want to talk about the Amazon TV series that they did of that film. The pilot came out like 2 years ago. Me and my girlfriend Sarah watched it, thought it was great, and they've just done the series. I've just finished it. Okay? Is that alright? Can I talk about that?
Had you
both
finished that
silent.
before you watched the trailer yesterday? Was
Yes.
that just reminiscing of the greatness?
That
Did
was
you had a
just-
big smile on your face
that-
as you were watching that trailer?
Because there are things in that trailer that when you know what the context of those moments is, changes everything. And I was very interested to see that. So the idea is it's like 1930s Hollywood. Monroe Starr is Jewish. He has a dead wife who was called Minna, and they're trying to make the story of her life. But 1930s, America went through a big depression, and the big market for money and stuff was Germany. And Germany put out a decree that they had to approve all films that came out in Germany, and no Jewish characters, no positive Jewish characters, no Jewish actors in main roles, those kind of things, you know? So it's the studio constantly dealing with that kind of stuff. Then you've got like writers who are like wanting to go on strike and want better rights and not just to be fired when they've got. Then you've got like the singing, dancing, showbiz, and then behind the scenes, like the child who's singing and tap dancing really great is actually on a benzodine sniffer that her agent gives her and is on drugs. The studios do all kinds of underhanded like tactics to buy actors' contracts, and they're basically kind of like really highly paid slaves. It's amazing. It's like really funny and really sad and really dramatic, and then there's characters you root for, and then some go meet horrible ends, some meet great ends. The whole idea of Monroe Starr is like he's the guy who just gets everything done. So everyone, even if they don't really like him, but they respect him because they know that he's going to work as hard as he can for the picture. So like the child actress is all like misbehaving, and no one can get her to stop, and she's like screaming and yelling, and Monroe Starr walks in and sees it and goes to the director, "Control your set." The director starts to try to talk to this child actress, and she just starts screaming, like proper holding, like tantrumy screaming. So he just leans in front of her, and she just stops and just looks at him and goes, "You like making movies, don't you, kid?" She's like, "Mr. Monroe." And he's like, "Cut the shit. I will fix it so you never work in this town again." And she's just like, "Okay, Mr. Monroe." Like just he's just the guy. He walks in, and there's a bit where like they basically only have enough money to make 3 pictures. So he goes to each one and says, "This is the most important picture we're making. We need this." And goes to the next one. "This is the most important picture we're making." And then the third one is being produced by the studio owner's daughter, who's really sassy and she's great. And he just goes, this is the most important picture we're making. She goes, oh, come on, Monroe. That chestnut again. Fuck off. And just like, it's so good. It's just people talking and like, you get like the medical bit and the poverty bit and it's fucking great. In the studio, you have like a Russian fixer who just goes around and just does all the underhanded work. Like there's a guy and his landlord's like, you owe me rent. You've not paid it. But if you get my brother on the lot, we'll call it even for a month. So he takes his landlord's brother and he thinks he's just showing his landlord's brother like the set and everything. Next thing you know is his landlord's brother has stolen a truck. So he spends the day, this guy like shitting himself, like, oh, they're going to catch me, etc. And then the Russian guy calls him over and he's like, hey, lifts up the boot of his car and the guy's just in it, just beaten up. He goes, he stole from the studio. You let him in, didn't you? Says, no, you did, didn't you? Yes. I won't tell anyone about this. You work for me now. And then he gets drawn into all that bit. It's absolutely amazing. It's just really, really good. It's miserable though. It's got some horrible bits, and it's got the best Christmas episode ever. It's like, it's great. They release a film that has like, one of the storylines is a hobo gets taken in and has a great Christmas. So these kids who watch the film find a hobo on the street and take him home and like feed him and put him in their older brother's clothes. And then when the older brother comes home, he's like, why's there a hobo in my bed? Tries to wake the hobo up and the hobo just trashes the whole house. It's like, yeah, that's what happens in real life. Yeah, I just went really fast and no one can keep up, right?
I
kept up.
Any questions or anything? It's really good.
Are the happy moments interspersed between it?
Yes.
So
there are.
It's a
and there's laughs
well-made
and stuff.
emotional journey that's fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, it's really well made. The Jack Brady from Brady American, he's played by Kelsey Grammer, and I've forgotten the actor who plays Monroe Starr's name. And the whole idea of them is they love each other, they work together, but they kind of hate each other. And Kelsey Grammer's always like, I fucking hate you, Monroe. You're always taking my money and spending things, and it doesn't matter if you're right or not. Like, I'm a movie man, but everyone just praises you. So he like loves him, but hates him at the same time. There's this whole
Is it
rivalry
Matt
thing.
Bloomer or Matt Blummer?
Might be.
Is the guy who's in White Collar.
Might be, I'm not sure.
Tall guy, dark hair, blue eyes. Yeah.
Could well be. He's really good in it. They're all really good. All the performances are amazing. Question, anything you want to say? Or
I'm kind of like, I don't know, my brain's kind of gone dead.
sorry, was it me just talking and talking and talking? It's really good. It's just, I love the 30s anyway. I love that like 20s, 30s Hollywood, the studios, that whole, I find that bit fascinating, and all the behind the scenes stuff, like actors with
I
made to
like
want.
that.
Yeah, like, so it's really interesting show from that point of view. And it just helps that like half of it is just Monroe Starr going around sorting out a problem and fixing films.
So that's a guy.
The junior guy who runs it,
yeah.
basically, Monroe Starr. He's
Is
really
he
good.
famous?
In real life?
Yeah.
No, he's based on someone. I've forgotten who he's supposed to be based
Oh,
on.
so that's a character name.
Yeah, that's his character's
Yeah, yeah.
name is Monroe Starr.
I thought it was the actor for some.
No,
The actor I think is called Matt Bloomer. I think it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's quite famous.
I feel like I'm not doing it justice. It's just a really like profound, interesting
You
series.
are. You are. It's just.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of, I saw a trailer for a film you were in, and it was all glamorous and dresses and
Redgrave. Yeah.
Redgrave, and it's like, it reminded me of that. It's that kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
It's like, well, that one was 19. It wasn't actually 1920s, but it was a 1920s party. It was fun to. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff where it's got that glam feel, but there's something like quite classy about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of class on it, and then a lot of like combos where actually the characters are relating in a completely different way, and that.
Yeah.
And just that kind of stuff.
That was, the one we did was kind of like behind this. You got to hear her like thoughts behind what was actually going on as well. So I like and you're saying this film does that as well.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of like has a behind the scenes sort of.
Yeah, and there's a lot of characters who have like affairs and stuff, and like sometimes the really good characters are doing really bad things to certain people, and you just like, there isn't a particularly good or bad guy, if that makes sense. And there's times where you're like, I'm so annoyed it went that way. Why does it have to be like that? But it's so well done.
That's good, because, like, I like things where you're not always sure, like, who, because that's kind of how life is, isn't it? People aren't really liking these boxes. You kind of, so if a director can make it kind of more, I don't know, true to.
Yeah. I think a lot of the writing as well, make the characters feel more rounded and more expanded out.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I mean,
yes, you go.
Sorry.
It's the Jemma Show. Go on.
We had that conversation before, Jim. I think we've had it like the first time we met, maybe, about good and bad characters. And I said something similar, and you said, "Oh, well, sometimes it's great when you have like," and I do kind of agree. Like when you have like your strong sort of archetype, or bad or like good, it can be really, really helpful as well to have those kind of films where it's like, this guy's the bad guy and this guy.
They're good for like turn off films.
Yeah.
They're like I want to chill out and just watch. Just everything is laid out. It's like, that's the bad guy. That's the good guy.
Yes.
Yeah. He wears black. He wears white.
Yeah.
We're done.
In Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I don't want one of the Nazi characters to have like a newborn grandchild and he's struggling for debt and he's only a Nazi because of this. I just want him to be an over-the-top evil Nazi. So my over-the-top hero guy has a foil. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in something like Last Tycoon, I think the characters need to be rounded and need to have those flaws and personality just to...
But that would be interesting, because like I've done a show before, like, where it's called Assassins, and you kind of like look behind these people are actually like bad, quote unquote, like, well, no, they've done bad things, but they're human
as well.
human, and it's like you kind of feel uncomfortable as an audience going, I don't want to know that, like, I don't want to know that they have children, I don't want to know that. But I think it's just really,
that's how school is.
Can I talk about my favourite film like that? First, you said there was a show. Was that a play or a...
It was a
film?
play I did at college, yeah.
Cool. Can I talk about my favourite, like, Assassin's real-life film ever? Grosse Point Blank. Have you ever seen it?
I feel like I have.
Oh, right. Have you seen Addams Family 2? Or have you seen, what's it called? Baudelaire Children? The TV series of that.
Oh, Lemony
Snicket's Susan Futch. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Right. You know the judge actress? The actress who played the judge. What's her name? She's quite famous. It's her brother. And I've forgotten what his name is. He's in loads of things too. John Cusack.
Yeah.
Right. He's an assassin. He's a hitman. Really, really good. Who gets invited to his high school reunion. He goes because there's a contract for someone in the town. So he figures, I can do this hit and go to my high school reunion. And the town has his former love interest from high school is the radio presenter in the town. So he returns home and he's meeting all his old family and friends and stuff, and has to lie about his job while also trying to research the guy he's trying to do a hit on. And it's so funny. It's brilliant. Grosse Point Blank. Gross is in Grosse. It's like an E. It's really good. It's a really, really good film. Alright, I'm killing it. Let's go for General Town. What have you guys watched?
Are we carrying on?
We can carry on.
I'm literally how long is it? I suppose it doesn't matter.
It's
people...
when the flow or energy stops. But I've done my bit, so hopefully the energy comes back up and we can all...
Well, do you have something to say? Well, I have this we're literally powering through the films today. Literally, there's I don't know how many films we've talked about.
That's good. It means the chat's flowing, and it's not just me and Tom going, "What you watched? I played NBA. What you watched? Oh, I'm still going with The Mist. Oh, life."
Well, you know, just so you know, you were saying about the grey area, grey area bad guys.
Yes,
that's the problem with School Days.
Right.
The guy doesn't know he's being a bad person.
Right. Got you.
That's why the ending
Got you. Yeah.
But then, isn't that kind of
he's not meaning to be a bad person. He just is.
That's kind of I just think every kind of... You can always take something from every kind of film. Because, some people just don't know. And, that's...
It's all it is, right? The whole program is basically just a horny teen that doesn't understand, that just doesn't realise how his actions affect the people around him. And that's what makes him a bad person. So you start feeling bad for everyone, and you don't like the guy, and then he shows humanity, and then gets his comeuppance, and it's just not fun.
See,
anyway,
I feel like you've been really affected.
I had nightmares.
but that's did you?
I had literal nightmares after it.
Nice.
It's like, no.
About how you treat women, or
No, about like all my friends and family being treated horribly.
Do you know what
And me having to deal with it.
really helps?
treated by you?
No, by just random, like there was like someone being raped and
Was I
being
treated
murdered.
badly?
You were treated badly at one bit.
Oh, what happened to me?
Sarah was treated badly.
Oh, what happened to us?
You got battered, and then Sarah got, and then someone tried to rape Sarah.
Oh,
and I had to
tried.
I'm not laughing.
Tried.
I saved her.
Good. Yeah.
That was the
Sarah
good part
before
of the
me.
dream.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I'll take a battering if it stays.
Oh,
Sarah.
it was already too late for you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You were knocked out.
Was I a pulp or?
Yeah. Well, you weren't dead, but you were knocked out.
Nice,
So they were on
nice.
Sarah. Yeah, I think you were like protecting Sarah or something. Yeah.
Good.
I
Went
had a
down like
girlfriend
a
in the dream,
hero.
so that was a bonus.
Yay!
But she was also being raped.
Can I ask? Do I know who the girlfriend was?
No.
Okay.
I don't know who the girlfriend was. If I find it, great. She was an attractive blonde. She might have been based on someone I know that I've met before. I don't know.
I see.
Like, she was like, it was like one of those faces where it's like, I feel like I know this person, and you wake up and you're like, I have no idea who the fuck that was.
Fair.
Probably an actress.
Fair.
Probably something else I've watched recently.
See, I think you're going to end up with a brunette.
I will.
have this feeling.
I've only ever dated brunettes.
Yeah, I just feel you
I'm more attracted to brunettes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
If like someone goes, oh, what's your type? I'll turn it blonde. It's like, who are you attracted to?
Brunette.
Brunettes.
Yeah. That's just the way of it. Sorry, Gemma, that was me and Tom show. And back to the Gemma show. You've got your list.
Yeah. I don't know how to follow that. Like,
Look, School Days was an experience, okay? Don't watch it. Sam, you should possibly watch it.
The
I
thing-
sort of want your opinion on it.
I might
Jamie,
go
you
okay
shouldn't watch
if you're
it.
requesting.
You're too innocent. You don't need to experience it.
I
Just enjoy your life.
no, actually,
like,
no. Why do I say that?
You're
I wanted
happy.
this-
You're happy. You're fun. You experience things. Don't watch it. It's an awful thing. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Sam, you can watch it. I want your
here's
experience.
a
You
one.
don't need
Thank
to
you.
experience that. You
Thank
don't
you.
need to be
Here
corrupted.
Okay.
is
Enjoy
Yeah,
your
but-
life.
yeah,
No,
but-
enjoy your life. Don't watch The Human Centipede. Don't watch, like, all these horrible things. Watch fun stuff.
But again, you're kind of like, okay, I need to get back to the film.
You can watch it if you
No,
want.
it's
No,
just
I have to.
this
I
thing-
have to
yeah.
accept, dude. The Human Centipede has people shitting in each other's mouths. That's like,
Oh.
when are you going to see that?
No, in
They're
fairness.
sewed together, and then
In fairness,
the front laxatives.
The Human Centipede is so ridiculous you can watch it
Yeah,
if you accept how
yeah.
ridiculous it is.
It's the
Like,
dumbest.
I ruined that film within seconds of it being on view.
The thing is, what you need to understand is, like, whether I've seen the film or not, I'm still seeing the film, a version in my head. So basically,
Right, I guarantee the version
like,
in your head right now of people shitting in each other's mouths
It's
is way
disgusting.
worse.
Way worse.
Way worse
worse.
than what they did in
Exactly.
the Centipede, and you should
So-
just watch this.
Actually, what you're seeing in your head
it's
might be
kind
worse
of
than School Days.
what I was saying about the giver and this idea that you kind of need to, like, protect certain people and that certain people are more innocent or whatever. It's like, no, is it like everything that's ever been can be within my consciousness? So like, yeah, you don't need, like, but I get your point.
It's not so much
I get your
protecting
point.
you. I just feel you're a nice enough person that you don't need to be ruined by a horrible series.
I won't be, but
But
I
it's
don't.
well made horrible,
Yeah.
which is the thing about
It
it.
is.
I don't
If you like
really want
anime,
to
you can
watch
watch
it
it.
anyway.
It's like recommending Requiem for a Dream. I'm always like, I would not suggest anyone watch it because of how you'll feel with Requiem for a Dream,
Yeah.
but it's a really well made film.
Like Machinist. I'd recommend people watch that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great film.
I managed half and found it too much.
Good Will Hunting. Great. Time to Mr. Ripley that Sam thought was Good Will Hunting. Not
Not
so
so
much.
great. Okay, Gemma, you've got your list. We're moving on.
Do we want Safe Haven or The Circle?
I think you should choose Gemma. It's the Gemma show.
Okay, let's start this one. So, there's one bit in The Circle when she's being interviewed. Well, first of all, it's got Emma Watson in, and she is working for this company. It's kind of like this social media massive thing.
It's like Facebook.
It's like Facebook, but it's like big thing. And she goes for the interview, and they ask her, one of the questions is introspection or communication, and she's like, and they go introspection because she's thinking about it. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about them. No,
Everything else, all the other notes are spoilers.
I'm putting my notes away because it doesn't help. So, yeah, it has Tom Hanks in.
Right.
And basically the idea is I told you I'd go blank. I said this.
Okay, so she works social media, and they're looking at communication and social media. What?
It's to do with privacy, if I remember
It's
right.
to do with privacy. You can read it.
Beautiful grounds, volleyball ground.
That was just to get an idea of the scene. Like, basically, it's this amazing kind of company, and they've got beautiful
Oh,
grounds.
okay, they have like, yeah.
Yeah, and the music is kind of like very... makes you think of the internet. It's kind of like... doop, doop,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. As if you've got those bubbles, so it kind of represents that. And she's just... I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't know, because I've thought about
Gemma
it too
watched
much.
it.
It's
What do you
great. I recommend it.
You recommend
Cool.
it?
I recommend the film, but
just watch it.
This is the reason why I called you last night, because what happens is I get too, like...
Analytical, intense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like... the freshness is gone when I start to, like... plan.
Yeah, I feel like that's happened with me in the Last Tycoon today. Like, I've talked so much to so many people about it that it all just came out. It's like, oh, it effectively that was a montage of all the things I've said to people. I should have kept it more in my head.
I think like conversations like this, like the first bit was actually really cool, because when you've sort of wrote something off and been like, oh no, I don't have to think about that one anymore. It's like the ideas are still fresh, and whatever's needed to come out in the moment that just comes. But when you sort of like go, that's a really good quote, or that's a really good thing, then like when it comes out, I'm like,
over-prepared for this.
I over-prepared.
You're
It's so embarrassing.
What's happened
but
is like
it's alright.
Like
It's alright.
I'm over-prepared.
well, we're like there's a ladder.
Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah,
but
there's a ladder, right? And we're like on the bottom of the ladder.
yeah.
And we're like,
You're
me
not.
and Tom are just like leaning on the wall, like, let's have a chat. And then like, the ladder's like 10 feet, and like 7 feet up, there's you with all your equipment and everything. Like, guys, are we doing this? It's like, oh, we're not prepared for that level. No, we're just ground floor. We're just going to hold the ladder here. Like, you've next
I
time,
do that.
if there's a next time.
Yeah, I don't have to prep at all. I just watch a film.
You just watch it and
just watch
talk
it.
about it.
Yeah,
And it's
I
going to
like
be crap.
that.
Sam used to write notes.
Well, then why didn't you? I told you.
I don't know why I did
you.
it. Because my mind convinces me that if I don't prepare, I'm going to sound stupid. I'm going to say something really bad that everyone's going to put all over the internet. And this is basically what the film's about.
Think
Right,
about
this
how
is
many
why
ridiculous
it's good.
things I've said.
Because she basically... The whole point of the film and why you should watch it is because this idea of social media, and that if you put certain things out there, it kind of has consequences, and like, but then you can also use it for. It also kind of goes into, because she says something like, "But what's the difference between privacy and not private? And aren't you all sick of it? Like,
Yeah.
Why don't we just be more sharing, basically, obviously within, because Emma Watson's character is kind of like the good, kind of, she has good intentions, basically, so sometimes she's a little misguided, but she has good intentions for it. She really wants a better world. I can't spoiler it, but there's other characters that seem to have those intentions, but it's really a false act. Like they're just saying, like, it's very much more like, I'm the entertainer. We want a better world, yeah. Like kind
the
of
corporate
kind of thing. And then she has to go full transparent, so she videos herself and sort of ends up like, getting into a bit of shows things she doesn't really want to show, like her parents having sex, like kind of ends up on there, and then it's nice because you sort of see everyone's comments on it, and
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, poor May. I'm so glad your parents are still like." They're saying it happens. It could happen to anyone. Like those
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
things. It's really short. Sort of shows both sides of what people might say or things like that, and so she has a good vision for what the world could be like if we share more and if we're not so private, because she talks about how it's our secrets that kind of make us do things like this guy. Basically, holding everything in and not sharing it. But then the other character, like, he talks about how, isn't it great if he will talk the talk, but he's not really walking the walk. So I can't spoiler it, but basically,
stuff happens.
Happens, and basically, you don't win if you
play that game.
Just everyone, just don't do it. Just be, So it kind of like works out the more genuine and open and actually caring you are, is like that's where we're heading. Like, that's kind of the message of the film. It's quite epic at the end, actually, because I was like, whoa, that's like that's where I'm wanting to go. I watched an interview with Emma Watson as well. God, I'm really extra preparing. But she kind of saw her. It was interesting because she saw her character as being a little naive, or like kind of thought utopian based ideas, but I didn't see it like that at all. Like, because I have real life evidence in my life that these ideas do work. Of like, if you are genuinely caring, not because I've been both characters. I've been the talk and not the walk, and then I've also been genuinely caring, and so I know the different outcomes, and I also have seen it in a bigger scale of like kind of watching what happens, and I have faith in you. I think we can. In fact, it's not even like I think we can do it. I think it's going to happen. I think it's the evolution of things. I think it's the way things move forward.
Nice.
Yeah.
Expansion of borders, essentially.
Well, it's individual.
Think tribes to nations to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But also privacy and not, and what do you want to share? What is our own secrets and stuff?
I think as well, it's kind of like the purpose behind it. So like, you don't just want to go, right, well, privacy doesn't matter, so I'm just going to share everything, because I've tried that before and that also doesn't work, because it's like, why are you sharing that? Like, is it to kind of get some sort of attention?
Yes.
Like,
I have friends on Facebook who some just share rants, some share pictures, some share newspaper articles, and sometimes it's just a bit much, or sometimes you know what's going on in those people's lives and you're like, well, I know he's quite lonely, or I know like she's got problems at the minute, or like I know that you're not as happy as you're making out. You know what I mean? And like,
I share drawings.
Yeah,
videos. That's it.
But that's you are not in that list at all. Yeah. Like the drawings you share, it's the same. I feel this way. Like when I share something on our HFP page, that's a big thing for me, because I feel like you're putting that out and your name on it, kind of thing. And with your drawings, that's the putting it out there.
I think I just test it, like whenever I put something up, I kind of like feel it out, see like, why am I doing this? But also I've made mistakes. I've definitely put up stuff where I've thought, I've done this for attention. But then because it's almost good to sort of like allow yourself occasionally to do that, and then to see that it doesn't get you what you want. Because what we really want is, we want to feel like connected.
Yes.
So that's the idea of this film, is like we want to feel connected, but just kind of showing off, or trying to, or even if it's like the opposite to showing off, where you're ranting about your day, do you feel connected
Sometimes I think it is exactly that. I think you hit the nail on the head. It is that trying to connect, and sometimes it's people you just that go out and connect.
Yeah, but then even like when you make mistakes, I think it's good that I do make mistakes and I do things. I don't think it's good, but that like I think that doing that and then going, oh yeah, it didn't really get me what I wanted, makes me have compassion for others that do it, and then I think. I know. I understand why you're doing that, and I'm not gonna like hate you for it. Do it. So
fair.
I kind of like find it sort of hilarious.
Nice.
It's cute. It's like their attempt for connection. And the thing is like I'm not gonna deny someone that, so I'll give it them anyway, whether they're actually being genuine or not. I'm gonna. It's like my job to give them.
Fair. Cool. I think I'm done with that. Done. Yeah. Right. I'm not going to recap everything we talked about because it's like there's so much stuff. Thank you, Jemma, for the intro. Great support. Thank you for the chat and everything else. Want to come do another one sometime?
Yeah, I do.
Less preparation.
Less prepared, more just on the flow.
Another one we've done a couple of actors, is I always find fascinating talking to an actor about how they become an actor and the route they took and what acting means to them and where they want to go. Would you be willing to do one like that with us? You absolutely could say no to that. It's just
you share what you want to share, you don't share what you don't want to share. Yeah,
and again, I'm not going to prepare.
Well, with that one, your life has been preparation.
Well, but I could bring my CV.
Here are
my headshots.
Right. So thank you, thank you, Charm, thank you, me, thank you, Jemma, for being with us, and we're going to go.
Fun.
Great.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Still ready.
You sure?
Sure.
I can't breathe.
Do I? Okay.
So,
Anchor.
thank you, Jemma.
Thank you, Jemma.